Yes, guys, what's up? So, Lucas Matthysse versus Ruslan Provodnikov. It's happening. It is on. One of the matchups we didn't think we'd see. It's kind of a dream matchup, but it's happening. For some reason, with all the boxing, obviously, that's going on at the moment. We got Mayweather, Pacquiao. We've just had Keith versus Robert Grover. The bigger names in boxing are kind of overshadowing this fight, but this is the fight. This is the style matchup that we've all been wanting to see. And let's talk about this fight. I'm going to tell you off the... Usually I don't do this, but I'm going to tell you off the bat who I think wins. I'm picking Ruslan Provodnikov to win this fight. Would I be surprised if Matthysse won? Wouldn't be very surprised, but I'm going, like, you know, sometimes I have predictions which are 50-50, and I'm kind of like unsure. This isn't one of them. This is one of the predictions where I'm about 80% confident that Ruslan Provodnikov can win this fight. Maybe 70-75%, but that's still a high percentage. And let's talk about everything in terms of the in-the-ring dynamics of this fight, why I think Ruslan wins, what the different intangibles are, what chances Matthysse got, and how I think the fight's going to play out. Now, I've seen enough of both fighters against different oppositions, so it gives me a good reading on both fighters. They're proven, they've had wins and losses. I know where their limits are, I know where their strengths are. Now, the very first thing is people have a perception of this fight of being a fight which is going to go all-out war from the very first round. But I found in boxing, more recently than in the olden days, that when there's two fighters who are conscious of each other's punching power, the first round tends to be a very tentative opening. The second round is tentative, the third round is tentative, and then as the fight progresses, the fight it starts to become a war later on. Out of the two fighters, the person who has, I don't want to say zero brain, but is more of an animal, is Ruslan Provodnikov. I think that Provodnikov from the first round is going to want to cut the ring off and move forward. Matthysse is going to want to box a little bit because, you know, he can box a little bit. I think Matthysse carries the one-punch knockout devastating power, but when you're facing a fighter like Ruslan Provodnikov, he's just going to stand there, take the punch and laugh at you. I think what's going to happen in this fight is we're going to see Lucas Matthysse backing up in the first round of the fight, Provodnikov pushing forward, being the heavier fighter, being the stronger fighter, being the fighter who could take the better punch out of the two. And I think that's where these two fighters are separated in terms of the chins. I think that because Matthysse has been down a few times in his career, Danny Garcia, John Molina, I think that when Ruslan Provodnikov goes in the ring against him and he punches Matthysse, and they get involved in exchanges which will eventually happen in the fight, can Matthysse take the power of Provodnikov? I don't think so. I think Provodnikov can take the power. I don't think Matthysse can. And I think that's going to be that's the reason I'm going for Ruslan Provodnikov to win this fight. Also, when you look at the fight against Mike Alvarado, we look at Provodnikov, he was cutting off the ring. His footwork was better. And just an overall, I saw improvements. I saw more head movement. I saw improvements in Provodnikov. But the thing is, in terms of the boxing, I'd say Matthysse is the better technical boxer out of the two. But you see, Matthysse, he doesn't have the raw capability of Ruslan. He doesn't have that chin. I don't think he's got the weight that Provodnikov's got. I mean, if you put Provodnikov at 147, and we've seen him at 147, he does good, he does okay. He can smash you, and he can take the 147 power. Matthysse, he can't. He's getting knocked down by light welters. So, I mean, both these guys have good chins. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, when you're fighting John Molina and you're getting knocked down, you're fighting Danny Garcia, you're getting hurt, then you lose. I mean, when you're going up against a Ruslan Provodnikov, I mean, what happens when he punches you? You know. And sometimes things don't always plan out in boxing. I could be wrong, but I don't think I'm gonna. I'm like thinking my brain. I think that although it might be a tentative opening, there are going to be exchanges in the fight. Lucas Matthysse is going to go for the knockout at some point. He's going to be punching hard. He's a warrior. He's Argentinian. he is that guy. And I just think Provodnikov can take his punches, and I don't think that Matthysse can take his. I think if Matthysse decides to go on the back foot, Provodnikov will cut off the ring. I think if he goes on the front foot, I think Provodnikov's going to get the better of the exchanges because Provodnikov's going to laugh at the punches. Matthysse is going to get hurt. But I mean, what if? I mean, if Matthysse stands a chance, I think it's a one-hit flush knockout, which, you know, it can happen in boxing, and this is one of the fights where that could happen. That's where Matthysse stands a chance, because I feel that Matthysse has that power which can put you to sleep, and he connects it well on the chin. He times the punch really good. I don't think that's going to happen. I just don't see it happening to Provodnikov. I don't think Provodnikov's going to get put to sleep. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Comments in section below. Ruslan's got he's got Free Roach in his corner. They're gonna have a good game plan. Matthysse, I don't think he's got the strong corner. I definitely think the corner work is gonna be good with Ruslan. And let's see how this fight goes. Definitely, I'm going for Ruslan Provodnikov. I think he could take punches. He doesn't get hurt. I mean, we look at Provodnikov against Alvarado. He wiped the floor with him. Look at Provodnikov's fight against Chris Algieri, who was a big puncher. Chris Algieri was let out of the cage, and he made Provodnikov do roly-polies and smashed Provodnikov all around the ring. Left hooks, right hooks. Provodnikov didn't know where to look when he was getting hit with Chris Algieri's power shots. I'm joking. Right, I'm joking. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Comments in section below. Subscribe as always. Let me know what you guys think. Who do you think is going to win this fight? I think it will be a war. I think it's going to be a tentative opening. And we will see who's going to win this fight. It could be they both come out smashing. They could both come out swinging, but I don't think so. I think one will back up when they feel the power, and I do think it's going to be Matthysse. I don't think Provodnikov did give a damn, to be honest. I think Provodnikov's going to come all out. I'm a big fan of Matthysse, but I'm going for Provodnikov in this fight for the reasons stated. Anything else? Nah. Good fight though.